Welcome back to more Tenchu.
Terrible news from one of our mountain villages. People are disappearing. The terrified villagers whisper that demons have come for them. Go there and stop this tragedy.
As you command, my lord.
Help! Somebody help me!
Go ahead and scream. We're in the middle of nowhere. Ain't nobody gonna hear you or care.
Please, somebody!
Oh,
You're a pretty sad excuse for a demon.
who are you?
I am the man who will cut off your nose at the neck.
Oh shit.
He talking tough. He trying to bring the ruckus, but then the other guy jumped away real quick.
But he did.
I don't know how the hell he jumped that far.
And then now doesn't notice that you're like right over there.
Right. Well, this is a
Unless
different
they all
dude.
have them.
It's a PS1. They all look the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kind of like, no, I'm not going to say it. And I don't have to edit that out because people can assume whatever they want with that.
Gosh. The more entertaining part being that no, we're literally referring to video games. But
Yeah,
you think whatever you want.
exactly. I mean, literally every one of these enemies in this level, as far as I know, look the same. There are a couple levels where they try to vary it up, but yeah, these dudes all look the same to me.
Yeah.
This area is kind of a, I guess it's supposed to be a sunny area, but the sun's not really out, so maybe it's behind the mountain,
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
I guess.
I can accept that you're like in the shade of the mountain, I guess.
Right. But it's got that blue sky, daytime, yet there's fog vibe going in. Every time I
Right.
play this level, I can't help but get a fall feeling to it.
Because the leaves in the tree are red there.
That too, yeah.
And then like the leaf that just fell kind of off on the side of the screen was like a yellow orangish thing to it.
So this probably
Yeah.
was set in the fall time. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
That would answer the question that I've had for years.
Right.
How about that? And hey, the grappling hook. Oh, never mind. I was going to say it worked twice in a row. It did not. Why it lets you grapple on there when you're not going to pull up to where you need to be, I have no idea.
I think you just jetted past a guy that was asleep in that hut.
Yeah, that's why I'm coming back down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I realized my mistake and I was like, wait a second here. That's what he gets for sleeping on the job.
That's right.
Much like the deaf guy at my office.
That's right.
I know that's not me threatening to kill the deaf guy at my office. I'm just saying he sleeps on the job. Just to be clear. Just to be clear. I would be perfectly happy if he would just retire so I didn't have to deal with him anymore.
I mean,
Although,
that was crazy.
whatever way would get him to not annoy me anymore, I'd be okay with. Be it retirement, untimely demise, whatever, just saying. But not advocating anything illegal. Hearing him say "fuck" all the time got old well over 10 years ago.
I can imagine.
Yeah. It is kind of funny though, because we've got some people that are relatively new. Although I say relatively new, they've been in this department for at least a year and a half now.
Right.
And they're still not tired of it yet. And they still get amused by it. And I'm not sure how they're not tired of it yet.
Hey, to each their own.
I guess. Hey, here's another one sleeping on the job.
Right.
Let's relieve him of his troubles.
Oh, look, sir, I'm just going to point out I'm this old, and dick and fart jokes are still, classy.
Sure, no problem with that, but it gets way too repetitive. And at least with dick and fart jokes, you can vary it up. Oh, hey, look at that in the distance there.
Some sort of thing.
See some columns? Columns. We might venture over there a little bit later.
Oh? Oh?
Yeah.
Oh, those look like the kind that are impossible to jump up on.
I believe you actually can. We're not going to this go around, but in my original playthrough, I believe I did jump up on them. So far, this level is the most lost I've been in this game, at least during this playthrough. And I'm pretty sure in my original I had the same issue. It's not too bad, but it is a level I don't know very well. And so much of it looks the same. And yes, I'm still calling it a walkthrough because I show how to get a Grandmaster ranking. So, walkthrough.
They've gone for this colorful gray palette.
Right? It's very exciting.
Yeah, little splotches of color that kind of don't really seem to fit anything too specifically, but
Right. Minus the over pixelation, I guess you could say art style wise, I do still like the look of the PS1. I like that at least most games that I played, it was rare to find a game that was just too dark. They were usually fairly bright.
yeah, I mean, I'll give you that.
Silent Hill was definitely an exception.
Silent Hill, it was going for that as part of the game itself too.
Yeah.
Which, you know, we all know is also so that they could fit more in and have
Yeah.
less render. But
Yeah, absolutely. But they made that work with the art style of the game, so it's fine.
well, it never felt inappropriate.
Right. It worked. Even the first Tenchu, as dark as that game is, I don't remember it ever feeling like it was too dark. Although, getting all this music from that game in these videos is really making me want to revisit that game too, so that's probably going to happen at some point.
That feels right.
But God help me if I do, then I have to go for Grandmaster ranking again.
Well, I mean, you have to, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I'm getting Grandmaster ranking in these Tenchu games that I'm not super familiar with, I should probably do it for the game that I used to play the shit out of about 20 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, that feels appropriate.
Yeah. Surprise, motherfucker. You know he had plans for his day that did not involve dying there.
No, he was like, I'm going to get off work, go home, maybe have me, you know, nice beverage, maybe two.
Right. He's had a long day. He's earned it.
Right? You know, maybe sit out on the patio, ponder life.
Right.
Is that a wolf I see?
It is. And that's
Even
right.
I can't tell that you're going to sneak up on it. Nice.
Yeah. I would think that they would be driven by a sense of smell more than anything else and would have known Ricky was coming, but hey, what do I know?
Right? And that's fine. And
Right.
Ricky, clearly an animal abuser, but we're not going to worry about that.
Oh, we're not done with that yet. This video.
Oh, is he going to beat up a kitten as well?
Oh, I wish. I wish. Fucking hate cats. Oh, the original Tenchu had these random ass cats. Their whole purpose was to make noise. You couldn't actually kill them, which always pissed me off because I found them really annoying.
Did they also like set off alarm?
They basically were the alarm.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. And you can never kill them, which always pissed me off. Yeah, so here I'm just backtracking because I wanted to get more kills. So the other way is actually where we need to go. But again, going for Grandmaster. Plus, I would not want you to not experience the columns.
Those are clearly not the kind of columns we want to see.
No. And I can't make the joke I want to make because, yeah, cannot make the joke I want to make.
Was that a bear?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
wow.
random ass bear
Yeah.
for no reason.
Of course.
Yeah.
They're gonna abuse the shit out of it too.
In the first game, there was a random ass bear that showed up in a boss fight, and that was shocking as fuck the first time I saw that. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Because you have a boss and a fucking bear in the way. That wasn't pleasant to deal with.
Yeah. And again, the guard over there doesn't even notice a full-on bear just
Right.
fall.
He took a sword to the ass and died, and the guy's just like, yeah, whatever. At least it ain't eating me.
So he's all like, typical Wednesday.
Yeah. And his lack of paying attention is his downfall.
Yeah.
All right.
Indeed. I mean, don't get me wrong, we had obviously some daddy variety with the animals, but, you know.
It worked more in Tomb Raider than anything else.
Didn't feel totally appropriate for the area, but that's fine.
Right. And if anybody wonders why we were going on about columns, well, there's not really an answer for that, but you can go watch the Tomb Raider playthrough I did. That's the closest thing you'll get to an answer.
You can learn about columns.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's great viewing. Especially if you like naked Lara Croft.
That's right.
And if you don't, well then probably don't want you on the channel.
I mean, I suppose since we learned about proper columns over there, we could discuss the different forms of square columns over here.
You could, but you won't. Because now it's time to make progress if this grappling hook would fucking work.
Well, no, I mean, you used it once already.
Yeah, it's like 50-50 if it'll actually latch onto something. And then it's 50-50 again if it'll actually let you grab onto whatever you latched onto.
Right. And see, you, the viewing audience, doesn't get the pleasure of the actual live play.
Right, right. I have spared you all of that.
Where things may or may not be cut for your enjoyment.
Oh, they're definitely cut for their enjoyment. They're cut for my enjoyment too, because I gotta commentate over this shit and I don't want to sit there watching all of that. How do you not see a pair of hands below you?
Right.
I mean, I know
You
that's
literally
probably not something you'd be looking for, but
When your entire visual of what you're watching is two bushes and a goddamn bridge.
yeah. This guy must have my vision or something.
I mean, seriously.
Even I would like to think that I would see a big ass fucking sword suddenly there if I were standing on a cliffside.
You know what? Look, sir, you may be lacking in the visual spectrum,
Right.
but you hear shit.
That too, yeah. Yeah. But clearly these people are deaf.
Yeah.
That would be interesting if they revitalized the series and added a sound mechanic to it.
I mean, I do feel like, oh, damn, you actually took his head.
That's right.
I don't think we've seen that. That was actually pretty cool.
Did not notice while I was playing. Like I mentioned before, you can semi-control the stealth kills you're gonna get,
Yeah.
but I don't know how to do all of them.
That's fine. I mean,
I do the ones I can.
right.
I think there might be one if you do the long jump and slash somebody. I've never been able to pull it off, if it is a thing. We will actually see that later in the LP.
It seems like it would be, don't get me wrong.
Right.
Yeah. And if anybody knows for sure, feel free to comment below.
Yeah. You know, there's people that watched the Them and Us playthrough and didn't leave stripper names.
That's right.
Not a stripper name was left.
Not a single one. Or at least so far. I mean, I'll allow the possibility.
Right?
It's like they didn't care.
Yeah. I think they didn't care. Like, there's no Amity.
It was like the easiest play along with us possible.
Yeah. There was no Amity. There was no Carmen. Nothing. Nothing. No Julie. Just, they didn't even try.
No Joanne, Joey.
I thought at the very least the game's librarian would have left one, but no. Nothing. And I will never forgive him for that.
It's just rude.
Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah. Of course, I'm lying. I actually don't care either way, but still.
I care as much as these guards care about their job.
Not only their job, but apparently their lives as well.
You know, like, I'm bought and paid for, whatever.
Because don't get me wrong, if I've already been paid up front, I'm only doing enough to make it look like I attempted to do the job.
That's right.
In their slight defense, and I mean that ever so slightly, it is possible maybe they didn't expect somebody to be showing up, but you would think the guy that we saw at the start of this mission would have been like, hey, there's a ninja here, so you guys actually might want to pay attention.
That guy actually already bolted, like, all the way. Like, he's on a different island.
Yeah, I think that's probably his reaction, is just, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Right.
Because we don't see him again, as far as I know, unless he's the same guy as the boss of this level, but he doesn't look like these guys, so I'm assuming it's a different guy.
Shit.
That's right, it's time for some more animal cruelty.
And the most inept fucking animals ever.
Well, you know, Ricky, he's gonna need something to cook after this because he's had a hard day's work.
I mean, he has.
He's gonna need a stew.
He's been handling his business. That's for sure.
He definitely has.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Here, you might need this.
That'll teach you to run away, peasant!
You coward! He had no weapon.
He's a peasant! An insect!
Insects are better than you murderer.
That's how I feel about a lot of my coworkers. They're peasants.
Man, I don't really know if he can be calling out the other guy for being a murderer after he just, slaughtered the entire camp.
To be fair, they are slavers, so bad people. I would call out somebody more like the modern Lara Croft who goes around murdering everybody.
Hey, look, some of these people are just the hired help. They're not like the slaver specifically.
Yeah, true, but you know what? Ricky, he's got a job to do. And if that job requires him to kill some people, hey, he's gonna kill some people. He's gonna cut a bitch.
You shall die in silence.
It's not the best smack talk, but he tried. It's actually more effective than Ayame's attempt at smack talk.
Take this.
What is it?
Their map. It shows their secret harbor. Please save our village.
Your death will not be in vain. I, Rikimaru, swear it. I've got to save those villagers. What is that?
It's an actual night level, which is nice considering Ricky Maru is dressed all in black.
Right.
One could say he's back in black. Huh?
Indeed.
Huh?
Yeah.
I do think it's a bit odd that they start off this mission with a scene from the previous level. You would think they would have had that in the previous level.
I mean, fair enough.
It's a little bit odd. So imagine being Ricky Maru. He's got to be thinking to himself, you know, I finally felt like I was going to have my shot with Ayame. You know, Tetsumaru's out of the way. I gave her enough time to grieve. But now he's stuck in this dark, dank area dealing with this bullshit.
That's right.
Gotta suck is all I'm saying. Although having these abilities to stealth kill people can't suck too bad.
Yeah, man. Seems like he has the skill set.
Yeah. I'm not going to say I wouldn't want these abilities, but it would be a little harder to use in today's society.
Does feel a little out of place. Little.
Yeah. You could make it work, but do you really want to? Let's face it, even if I did have any kind of athletic skill whatsoever, I'm also too damn lazy to use it.
Preach it on that one, sir. I'd give a damn busted years ago.
Yeah. I have a story that I want to mention. I'm trying to figure out how to do it with YouTube being what it is.
I feel like most of those stories we can't share.
Yeah. And I agree with his assessment. Which is why I'm going to say that it is nice to be playing an actual mission that takes place at night. I know I've complained about that a lot this playthrough. But it is warranted. And we got to see in the last video just how desperately these missions need to take place at night, if nothing else due to the draw distance issues of the PlayStation. Also, night feels more stealthy and it's a lot more atmospheric. Also in this level we do end up on a beach, so this is the level where it would make more sense to have seagulls, although I don't know if they are out and about at night. Nor do I know if Japan has seagulls. So that's the commentary you get, rather than me talking about certain things that, even if I were so inclined to do, I would be too damn lazy to do. The whole point of the topic was that I'm lazy. This is a level that I experienced what I talked about in the previous video, going through it and being spotted and not being notified that I was spotted. And the only place in the level I could think of where that might have happened would have been right here, which is why I used a blowgun on that chick. Just to keep our boy Ricky here in the shadows. I don't know if they penalize you for using a certain amount of items. After having finished the game, they don't.
Based on the way that the little menu thing pops up at the end, I don't think using the items is even registering.
Okay.
Just, you know, you lose the item and you have less for future kind of thing.
Yeah, because those blowguns are pretty OP for stealth.
Yeah.
I try not to use them because I do like showing off the different stealth kills, but in particular this level was pretty bad for scenes where I could not get one of these to come up. And I'm not sure why that was the case. Oh, and also there are white areas on that white ground that explode.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. It's a PS1 game, so you would figure, oh, that's just a rock. Nope. Explosions. Which reminds me, if I can find the portion of the video,
All right.
I got something that might make you laugh.
No,
I might make a short out of it. It was from my previous attempt at doing this mission. If I can find it, then I'll stream it for you after this. I think I'm definitely going to have to make it into a short.
I think the audience deserves it.
I think so too. They still refuse to leave stripper name comments on the Them and Us playthrough, but yeah,
Right.
you know, gotta give them something, right?
That's right. They came for the ruckus. We might as well give them the ruckus.
That's true.
And I do like that this level seems to have a little bit of a soundtrack going in the background.
Yeah, you got some waves going. That's always nice.
I'm hearing like a super low instrumental thing going on too.
That is music from the original Tenchu.
Oh, that is what you dropped in already.
Yeah.
My bad. I thought.
No. This game, except for boss battles, there is no soundtrack. Except some background ambience.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the soundtrack, if you want to call it that, is pretty piss poor in this game.
Yeah.
Something I would like to fiddle with, and I might do this over Discord with you and maybe Thor or Chris or anybody else who wants to come around for it. They have a mission editor where you can make your own missions. It's very bare bones because it's a PS1 game, but it might be kind of fun to tinker with.
I mean, I could see coming up with some silliness. Yeah.
Yeah. I had quite a few on my PS1 copy of this game on a memory card, but I don't think I have them anymore.
Yeah. There was that short period of time kind of where the create your own became pretty popular.
Yeah. I think that's actually a thing with Tomb Raider. I think there are some fan-made missions for Tomb Raider.
I absolutely believe that.
I imagine they're intentionally hard as balls, too.
Well, I mean, again, you got a platformer
Right.
that save a few things. Didn't really have terribly challenging platforms.
Right.
So I could definitely see the audience desire to actually get in their own, like, okay, here's some actual difficult platform.
Yeah. I can see that. And I love how the areas in this game don't look natural at all because they have all these conveniently placed blocks for people to stand on.
Yeah.
That's always amusing. So now that that's out of the way, it's time to head back to the boat. We were actually over there earlier, but like I mentioned in the last level, I needed stealth kills. And I'm trying to avoid any of these discolorations because I don't know which ones are rocks and which ones are explosives.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's what you want. In fairness, if you were going to make explosive traps, that's probably how you want to do it, but I don't understand why they would want to make them here, considering they have guards here. You would think they probably want to not kill their own guards.
Right?
Just seems odd.
Indeed. But,
But
again,
they're there.
as we've discussed, the guards must have been prepaid because they don't give a damn.
Yeah. And over by one of the lady guards that we took out, there were at least 3. It was the section where I was talking about them in the first place. There were at least 3 explosive, whatever you want to call them, over there. That also being the same area in the short I posted a couple months ago, which to me is pretty damn brutal.
Oh, yeah. Especially because, like, even though I know they're there, I couldn't really tell the placement.
Right, because it's not a game with a lot of high fidelity or anything, so yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for saving us.
Hurry, get out of here!
Rude person. In China, guests not leave without thanking hosts.
Ah, but you are my guest while you were in Japan, and you have overstayed your welcome.
That's right. You're going to stay permanently because, well, once you're dead, you can't really go back.
I mean,
Unless they want to pay for the FedEx to have his body shipped back. They could
That's
do
true.
that. But why would you
True.
want to spend the money? I mean, I wouldn't. Damn it, you stupid Chinaman! Don't give me the China virus.
oh, that's gonna have to be muted.
Defeated by barbarian dog. I'm sorry, Father.
Who are you? That blade. That's Izayoi. Tatsumaru, you're alive.
Who's Tatsumaru? I am Seiru, the Blue Dragon, one of the 4 lords of the Burning Dawn.
Burning Dawn? What are you talking about? You're Tatsumaru, leader of the Azuma Ninja.
I have no time to talk to a madman.
Tatsumaru, it's me, Rikimaru.
Man, he don't give a fuck. Speaking of not giving a fuck, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and we will see y'all next time with more Tenchu.